So I have a problem. We have a 6-foot table, which is fine. 6 feet is fine. I can fit in 6 feet. However, my last setup, I had 2 tables, and my setup before that, I had an 8-footer. So I was able to have 3 cubes across and then 3 cubes across on the diagonal display. But that's not gonna work out for the 6-foot table because that only leaves me a foot of space on the table itself to put the self-serve. Anyway, that only leaves me a foot of space to put the self-serve items like the buttons in this little section here, and a foot of space on this table is not enough to have buttons. So my idea was I would forego this bottom left cube here on the diagonal display, which is gonna be really weird because it's gonna come down from this and then there's gonna be nothing here, which will give us room to have buttons. So I'm gonna put that together, see how it looks, and I will report back. Okay, here's how it turned out. I am worried structurally about this part here. I'm worried that it's gonna sag, but we ended up adding a 3rd cut grid and a 3rd base grid here just for stability purposes. But I think it would be really nice if I had one of those half grids right here just to kind of keep it up, but I don't have an extra half grid. So we're gonna finish putting up the grid cubes, and then we're gonna put up the print wall, and then we'll put up the self-serve buttons and see how it looks. Yummy! Oh my God, there it is! Woo! Y'all, RGB trees, they're gamer trees. We're gaming. Oh my God, it's beautiful. It just doesn't end. Double rainbow. So I decorated my coffin bag. I took out all of the old pins and charms, and I fully decked it out with all of my Moira merch. Check that out. So much Moira merch, I love it. I have decided to get rid of my prints entirely, the 11 by 17 prints. So what I'm doing is I'm having a sale. Hopefully people see the sale signs. I've got a couple of them. 1, 2, 3, 4 little signs. I'm getting rid of my 11 by 17 prints. I'm going to make them into 5 by 7s. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna try to get rid of as many of these as possible because I have a lot of back stock, like hundreds. I have hundreds of 11 by 17 prints. So I'm gonna have to list some of them online, which I don't want to do, but it has to be done. But hopefully I can get rid of as many 11 by 17s as possible at this show and continue to do that with the $15 sale price. And it's still buy 2, get 1 free. So they're gonna be 3 for $30. So $10 each. That's a steal, right? People have to buy them, right? I have a couple new stickers. I've got this severed sticker sheet of a couple of guys from Severance. And then I have this sticker also from Severance. And then I also made new vessel, even an Arcadia vessel. So normally I would have a frame holder sitting on this section of the half grid shelf, but I decided to bring a 4th acrylic tiered shelf so that I could bring my coin purses and my ID wallets because I want to try to get rid of these. And since I have 2 displays now of my coffin buttons, I used to have 1 that was propped up here. Since I have 2, I figured it would just be easier to display them instead of propping them up. So I think it looks better. Time for the back of booth tour. So we've got some enamel pins, sticker backstock back there, mini pin sets, bat wallets. Here we have prints, of course. Lanyards are in this pocket. I got my backpack there on a luggage that has coffin bags inside of it. Apparel is under the table. Bags, Red's lovely knees. Over here we have more enamel pins, mini charms. And then behind our chairs we have the charms, just the regular 2.5 inch charms. It is pretty tight back here. I won't lie. We're going to be nice and claustrophobic, but honestly, it's not as bad as it was at AX. So I really don't mind this. And then here we have, of course, the square reader, the clear bags to give merch in, and then my business cards. The only thing that is kind of weird about this is the fact that there's no support here, and it's just kind of open. So this is a first. I have no idea how this is going to go. Hopefully it doesn't look weird to people. It does look kind of weird from back here, but when you're like standing there looking at it, it's honestly not that bad. So I actually decided to move all of my plasters and mystery cat bags up a row so that I could fit the Daft Punk stickers on this second row here. Originally, I didn't have them because I have so many, well, I don't have a ton of new stickers, but I have enough sticker designs that they were kind of just taken up. They were a little crowded down here. So I decided to add the extra dividers and actually section them out. But that meant I had to get rid of Daft Punk. However, since I've moved everything up, Daft Punk fits there pretty well. The only problem is the fact that the plasters cover up some of the coffin button display, but it's not too bad because like the coffin buttons are right here anyway. So if people want to see them, like I can just tell them to look down here. It's really not that big of a deal. There's nothing like some Canadian snacks brought to you by my Canadian friend. Good morning. Today's day 2. It's Saturday. Let's go through what happened yesterday. So, yesterday I sold 47 coffin buttons. Not a bad start to the weekend. I sold 2 of my Kino VTuber charms, which is super cool. It sucks because I only brought 2, so that means I can't sell any more this weekend. But hopefully 1 or 2 people, if they want the charm, hopefully they'll go for the post-con shipping. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I sold 27 charms. That includes the big charms, specialty charms, and the mini charms. I sold 29 enamel pins. Not bad, honestly. Normally, I sell less than that. But I think it helped that yesterday, somebody bought 1 of every single one of my arcane pins, plus 2 Jinx and 2 Vi. So they bought 12 pins from me. That means they got 3 pins for free because I have a buy 3, get 1 free enamel pin deal. So they kept saying like, oh, how many more pins do I have to buy to get a free one? And I was like, okay, you have 1 more free one left. It was kind of funny. But yeah, they were a whale. They were definitely a whale yesterday. I did not expect them to do that. She was like, can I get all of them? And I was like, all, like Jinx, Vi, and because she was like mentioning them. She was talking about how she liked the Jinx and the Vi and the Caitlyn. So she said, can I get all of them? And I'm like, okay, Jinx, Vi, and Caitlyn? She's like, no, all of them. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I sold 1 lanyard yesterday. No, that's not true. I sold 5. I sold 5 lanyards yesterday. Oh, they turned the lights on. There's gonna be kind of a glare. Well, I can't help that. I can't help the glare. Oh well. I'm just gonna wait for them to fully warm up. I can feel it like slowly getting brighter. I sold 14 sticker sheets yesterday, 5 of those being my new severed sticker sheet. I whipped this up on Monday and had my manufacturer sticker blitz send it to my hotel so that I would have it for the con. And I've already sold 5. That's awesome. That's really good. I sold 40 single stickers yesterday, the most of which being my new Arcadia Vessel sticker. This is another sticker that I whipped up. I think I finished this on Sunday, but I also had Sticker Blitz send it to me, to my hotel. So it's his new, even in Arcadia look, with the gold and the green. So good. And then the runner-ups to that are my Victor, my Astarion, my Alarmed Izutsumi, and my Senshi stickers. As far as miscellaneous goes, I sold 2 plaster packs, 2 coin purses, 1 ID wallet. Wait, I forgot about the Emile sticker. Okay, so I sold 41 stickers yesterday. Oh, and I did sell a Coffin Eat-A bag. I did sell a pink one. I only brought 1 of each. I brought 1 matte black, 1 pink, and 1 patent. So I'm glad that at least a pink one sold, because usually the black ones are the most popular. Usually I'll sell out first of the black matte bags, and then I'll have to ship the rest of them. As far as apparel goes, I didn't bring much, honestly. I only brought 1 or 2 of each of my sizes. Despite that, I sold 7 shirts. That's really good for a Friday. Do you want to talk about prints with me?
Sure.
Okay. You can scoot in more. So I have my helper Red here to talk about prints with me. I sold 10 prints yesterday, which is 8 more than I sold Friday of Kawaii Con. Kind of insane, because I actually discounted my prints this convention. They're $15. I decided to get rid of them. Print sales have just been trending downwards for like the last year, and if you've watched my previous vlogs, you'll know that I've been complaining about my print sales the last several cons. They just aren't selling for me, and it's just a hassle to bring them with me because I have to have my print wall. They're 11 by 17, so they're larger, and people always say like, I don't have room for them, or I don't want to travel with them, because larger prints are harder to travel with.
And your print case is heavy.
My print case is very heavy. It weighs almost 50 pounds. Granted, it doesn't just have prints in it. It also has enamel pins, mini charms, and stickers. And stickers do add up in terms of weight. But yeah, the prints, honestly, I discounted them thinking that I would sell more this con, and I have 10 on a Friday, which is, it used to be average for me, but now it's like, oh good, I sold 10 prints. But Red and I were talking about how people just aren't interested in art that they can put on their wall anymore. They aren't interested in display items because, what did you say about mainstream nerds?
Yeah, I was saying that like being, into comics and anime and stuff isn't as like niche and ostracized as it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So people they don't want to keep all of their fan stuff in their bedrooms anymore.
Right.
They want to wear it out. They want to have a charm to put on their bag or a t-shirt to wear. So I feel like you were saying this con wants to go more traditional.
Yes, Wondercon wants to get rid of merch artists and have a more traditional artist alley, which means just prints, comic books, zines, books, things like that, it's just simply not what Artist Alley is anymore. No. Artist Alley has evolved so far beyond that because merch is so much more accessible now. Charms are easy to make. It's easy to find a manufacturer for them. The MOQ is pretty low. Stickers, everybody makes stickers. They're so easy. You can find a manufacturer anywhere for stickers based in the US. Enamel pins, while expensive as an upfront investment, they're also easy to make. It's just a matter of finding a manufacturer. You can ask almost anyone and they'll probably suggest someone for you. There are some artists, and this is totally understandable, there are some artists that will gatekeep their enamel pin manufacturer. I am one of them. I will recommend some to you, but they're not my personal manufacturer because I've been working with them for almost 5 years now, and I've spent a lot of money with them, and I don't want them to be overwhelmed with new orders, which means their quality will go down, the production time will go up, and it's just not a great situation. So I don't like freely giving away my enamel pin manufacturer. If anybody does want to make pins with me, I'll do like a group order. So I'll have them send their files to me and I'll work with my manufacturer, but I'm not gonna like tell anyone for those reasons that I specified. But yeah, as far as like merch versus prints go, people just don't want prints. They want utility merch. Like Red was saying, they want merch that they can wear because nerddom isn't niche anymore. It's mainstream. Everyone is a nerd. Everyone has fandom. Even if it's like, you know, a show like Severed, which is pretty mainstream right now. It's not really a nerd thing, but people are part of that fandom. We saw a Mark and a Helly cosplayer yesterday. They were so good. The Helly looked exactly like her character. It was amazing. So like,
and you can't put a print in an eat-a-bag.
You can't put a print in an eat-a-bag. You can't. Well, you can put a small one. Try. And there are these things called photo cards. I don't know if you've seen them.
Yeah,
they're like a decorated top loader with like a little mini print inside. A lot of people have been doing that lately, which are pretty cute.
Like this. Yeah.
Yeah, prints, like large format prints, just are not moving anymore. For me, personally. I have a friend that sells hundreds of prints at any given con that she goes to, but her prints are well composed, they're well designed, her character design is great, you know, you can't really compare to her, and I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't have the attention span is the thing. I don't have 20 hours of my life to dedicate to making a print like perfect. I will spend like 5 hours maximum on any given piece because I don't have the attention span for it. Even when I'm on Adderall, I just can't. I can't. But yeah, 10 prints honestly is not bad. I do attribute that to my sale, the $15 clearance sale that I'm having on my prints right now. My plan is actually to move to 5x7s. So once I get rid of as many 11x17s as possible, I'm hoping I can pivot and do 5x7 prints, so mini prints, and I can have those be self-serve. So I can show you what I plan to do with my grid cubes and my like all of my little merch that I have displayed on my grid cubes. I'll kind of show you how I plan to move those around, because with 5x7s, I don't need a big print wall anymore. I can just display them on grid cubes, honestly. I have like 20 designs at a time with my, look, how many do I have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So at this show, I have 14 prints displayed because I don't really have room to display anymore. You can't really go that high at this show. They'll give you like a citation or like a paper saying, oh, your display is over the regulation limit or whatever. Yeah, they'll give you a verbal warning about it. But honestly, this show is weird. No one cares about the height limit. Literally over half of this artist alley is over the regulated height limit. So 6 feet. 6 feet. That's almost
like my height.
Yeah, Red is almost 6 feet tall. And
there's no way.
No one is having a 6 foot display. That's like, it's not really possible to display all your stuff with 6 feet. Okay, it's possible. I shouldn't say that. It's very possible for some people to display under 6 feet, but not for me. I just have too much goddamn stuff. Too much stuff. I just can't condense it. I can't. I have my apparel, I have my Eda bags, I have all of my charms, my enamel pins, my self-serve stickers, my coffin buttons, what else do I have? My mini charms, I have my self-serve ID wallets and coin purses. It's just not Band-Aids, yeah. Well,
Bandages,
plasters,
sorry.
yeah.
Plasters, TM.
Sponsored. Yeah, it's just not possible for me. The apparel alone takes up, each shirt takes up one grid cube when it's folded up. into its smallest form. So that's 6 grid cubes that are occupied for just shirts alone. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. I think it's a little silly to police a display height. That's so like, it's so arbitrary, the height limit. It's very arbitrary. I think I understand for the most part why they established a height limit in the first place. I think it's to keep everybody consistent so it looks neat, the artist alley looks neat. But it's also for safety. Yes, it's also for safety. They don't want displays toppling over. I actually had a dream last night. I shit you not. I had a dream last night that one of my print telescoping poles like broke where it like tightens. It broke because somebody ran into it and half of my print wall fell over. And I was like freaking out. And then I woke up at like 3 a.m. and I was like, that did not just happen. That was a dream. I had to like realize it, like that was a dream. That did not happen. It's fine. My anxiety can go away now.
Prince, man.
Yeah, Prince, man. I don't know, what else should we talk about? What things happened to us? Oh my God. I got fan art yesterday. I got fan art yesterday. Let me show you. Where is it? All right, check this out. Ready? It's so cute. They drew my VTuber model. I like almost cried. It's so cute. And then they wrote a note on the back. They said, "You're a smart and talented artist and seller. Someday you'll get your own shop." That's like the sweetest thing ever.
Almost made me cry.
Yeah, that was insane.
Because they see the vision.
They do.
It's like a premonition, I'm telling you.
They know one day. And I've been thinking about, okay, let me put this away first. So I've actually been thinking about one day opening up an Artist Alley store, like an Artist Alley perpetual store, where I do like consignment and wholesale from other artists. But the logistics of that, I don't have the capital to start that right now, first of all. Secondly, that would require me hiring employees because Jess and I wouldn't be able to man a store for all the hours that it would need to be open for it to be worth it. Just the two of us. With conventions, I would have to do conventions on my own, or we would have to like close the store for days at a time, which wouldn't be possible if we opened it up in something like a mall, because malls require all the stores to be open during mall hours. So that just wouldn't work. And a regular like store at I don't even know what you'd call it, like an outdoor shopping mall or some kind of like outlet mall. It's kind of a pipe dream. It's kind of a pipe dream. But one day I think it would be cool, maybe in a couple years. Because I do want to slow down doing conventions. I have 17, including the ones that I've already done this year. I have 17 conventions booked, which is not a lot to some people, but to most people, it's more than what they've gotten into because everyone is complaining about how few shows that they've been able to get accepted to. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Your tights are super cute, by the way.
Hey.
What was I saying? Thank you. I want to slow down. So I want to slow down with conventions. Everyone has been talking about how conventions are just so much harder to get into these days. The competition is insane. A lot of people that I know don't really have a lot of shows booked for this year. So I've been very fortunate. A couple of my shows are lottery based, so I just got plain lucky. I just got lucky to get into them. But most of the shows that I got into are juried. So I'm very thankful and very, very grateful to have gotten into them. Because it is my income. It's my sole income. I don't really have anything else. I make like maybe $1,000 a month on online sales, which is just not sustainable at all. I cannot live off of that. So to supplement my convention income and my online income, I run like Kickstarters. I'll have big projects throughout the year. I have a Kickstarter that's ending in 24 hours. My night jacket, I've showed you my night jacket on previous vlogs. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to work as hard. I'm just kind of done with the hustle, it feels like. It's just, cons are so... Anyway, enough of me rambling. It's day 2. Hopefully, it's Saturday. Hopefully it goes well for us today. Yesterday, I ended up making about $100 over what I made last year, Friday at Wondercon. So that's good. At least I'm not down. I'm grateful for that. But yeah, hopefully today's good. If I can make as much today as I made last year at Wondercon, I will be happy, honestly. Hopefully. We're manifesting it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I will catch you later.
Ew, 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 ew. I hate this. I hate her like partial glasses.
Oh God. Wow, these are some crazy bags. Anyway. Okay, friends, day 3. Hopefully today goes as well as Friday, because if so, I will have made my goal for this weekend. My goal was for this weekend is a little bit less than what I made last year for WonderCon. The reason why I set my goal basically a little bit under last year is because sales just overall have been trending downwards for everybody, everywhere. So even though I have new stuff, more stuff than I had last year, things that are selling better for me this year, I feel like overall the sales still won't be as good as they were last year. So that's why I'm kind of like, okay, I'm gonna set my goal below what it was last year, so that way I'm not disappointed if I don't meet it. I sold 15 prints. Oh my God. Anyway, I sold 15 prints yesterday. That's 5 more than Friday. Unfortunately, that's still not as many as I was hoping for because of that sale that I'm running. It just goes to show people still aren't buying prints even when there's a sale. They don't really care how expensive they are. If they like the art, they're gonna buy it no matter how much it costs. Well, within reason, of course, obviously. They're not gonna, most people aren't gonna spend $100 on an 11x17 print unless it was like an original, like a sketched or traditional piece. But anyway, 15 prints, not really impressed. For coffin buttons, I sold 51. That's 4 more than Friday. Not great either. Charms, 52. Yesterday, yesterday we were taking bets on what would sell more. I said coffin buttons, Red said charms. I sold 51 coffin buttons, 52 charms.
Stop.
Red was right. She won.
By 1 point.
By one count. Okay, for enamel pins, I sold 34. That's 5 more than Friday. I really didn't sell many more in terms of counts of like everything that I did on Friday, but it was just enough to put me for Friday and Saturday total. It's enough to put me $44 under Friday and Saturday from last year's WonderCon. So I'm pretty much like on par with last year. I sold 5 lanyards, which was the same exact number that I sold on Friday. I sold 19 sticker sheets. That's 5 more than Friday. My sandwiches sticker sheet is my most popular sticker sheet so far. No, that's not true. My severed sticker sheet is my most popular sheet. Yesterday, the sandwiches sold more than the severed did, but so far, total, my severed sticker sheet is the most popular. For single stickers, Vessel is by far the most popular. I sold 7 of him yesterday, which compared to some people who sell a lot of stickers, that's really not very many. But I don't usually sell a ton of stickers at a con, so 7 of one design in one day, I'm pretty happy with. I sold 51 stickers yesterday, single stickers. That's 13 more than Friday. And then as far as miscellaneous goes, I only sold 1 plaster set. I sold 2 mystery cat bags, 2 ID wallets. Oh wait, I forgot the Emil sticker. Okay, 55. I sold 55 stickers yesterday. I sold 1 beanie and I sold 2 matte coffin bags. So one of them we had here, and then the other one we had to fill out a post-con shipping form for. And then for apparel, oh my God. We sold 7 apparel on Friday. Yesterday, we only sold 3. Yikes. That's 10 total. Why is that? The way that I have my shirts displayed at this con is a little weird because WonderCon doesn't want like merch displayed. They want to see prints, so I have to have a big print wall to take up most of my space. So every shirt is folded up on a singular grid cube. So that's 6 grid cubes of shirts that I have. So they're not displayed like super well. You can't really tell what they are unless you like get up close to them and like touch them and touch them. Yeah, a little disappointed in yesterday. But like I said, I'm $44 under last year's numbers so far. We're comparing Friday and Saturday versus Friday and Saturday. So not too bad. If it's slow today, I'll try to get some footage of things, but we'll see how that goes. I have had multiple people ask me if this came in a sticker or if it was for sale. So I had to direct them to my Kinotastic emote sticker sheet instead. And to my little charm. So my little charm is sold out. Granted, I only brought 2, but hey, that's pretty cool. I made a new follow me sign. I updated my model graphics, so it's actually my live 2D model instead of my 3D Vroid model. Pretty cute. God, my enamel pin display gets so dusty being diagonal. It's crazy. I think my single most popular design has got to be my Vessel pin of all the coffin buttons. Surprisingly, the mouthwashing and the alien stage coffin buttons aren't doing as well as I had hoped, but that may just be because the display for the alien stage buttons are kind of hidden behind the ID wallets just a little bit. I'm not sure though. I still have not sold a single Eggman. Overwatch has been doing okay, just okay. We've sold a couple supports and like 1 or 2 DPS, but that's about it. I've sold a couple EP beanies and just 1 spoopy beanie. People definitely like the EP more overall. I'm just so proud of this Moira Eda bag. It's such a great display. God, look at her. Look at her. We did not sell a single coin purse yesterday, but we did sell an ID wallet. So now I've only got 1 has-been ID wallet left. This is our view the entire weekend. Plus our shitty lighting. And by shitty, I mean non-existent. Good morning. Today's Monday. We're going to go to Disneyland today. But before that, I quickly wanted to run over the counts from yesterday, Sunday, which was by far the worst day of this show. It's kind of sad. I was really hoping to do as much as I did last year Sunday because like I have new products, I have a slightly different display. Naturally, that means more sales, but this time that did not translate. So I sold 6 prints. What does that total is to? 31? 31 prints total. That's with the discount. Again, didn't seem to really work. So that's a little disappointing. I can't help but think how much more money I could have made if I had just left my prints at $25 because people wanted them anyway. The price didn't really seem to make a difference to the people that wanted them, at least that I could tell. I sold 42 coffin buttons, the least amount of coffin buttons for the weekend. I can't do that math in my head and I don't have my phone with me, so 47 plus 51 plus 52. 150 coffin buttons total for the weekend. Yesterday I sold 14 charms, very little, but that puts us at 93 for the weekend. That seems like a lot. Maybe not, I don't know. I don't really tally my weekend totals very often, so. But yeah, 93, that's not bad. Enamel pins seemed to do really well yesterday. And looking at the counts, I sold 41 enamel pins yesterday, which was the most of all 3 days, which was really surprising. That's 104 enamel pins total for the weekend. I only sold 3 lanyards. That's 13 total. I sold 13 sticker sheets, my severed sticker sheet being the most popular. But overall, looking at the total counts, I sold 12 severed sticker sheets total, which was definitely my best seller for the weekend. 46 total sticker sheets for the weekend. Single stickers, I sold 36. Not a single vessel on Sunday. Kind of weird. But I did sell 5 Astarion stickers, followed by my Kuromi Witch sticker. I sold 4 of her. That leaves me with 132 stickers total sold for the weekend. It seems like a lot. But again, I don't normally count up my totals for the weekend, so I don't really know what that compares to. I only sold 1 plaster pack yesterday. I sold 1 coin purse, 1 ID wallet. I did sell my patent coffin bag that I brought. If you remember, I brought 1 black matte, 1 pink, and 1 patent, and I was able to sell all 3 of the coffin bags I brought, so that's cool. That means I don't have to fly back with them. In fact, one of the check bags that I brought is completely empty. There's like 5 reusable tote bags, my branded tote bags that I have left that are in there, but they weigh like nothing. So I might just put my heavy ass carry-on in that luggage so that I don't have to drag it around because, I mean, there's room for it. So I did not sell a single piece of apparel yesterday. Not a one. That gives me 10 total apparel sold for the weekend, which was far fewer than I had expected to sell. So that kind of sucks. But hey, any weight that I can skim off of my apparel bag is great. All in all, I'm down about $600 from last year, but all things considered, with the economy being the way it is right now, people are saving onto their money. They're really not spending as much on non-necessities, things like art, which are a want, not a need. So I'm honestly happy with that, especially considering this is like a mini vacation for me. I like doing this con because we're in Anaheim, Disneyland's right there. This is the 2nd year now that I've flown out my Canadian friend Red to do Disneyland with us. So it'll be a fun time. It'll be fun. And I'll include some clips of Disneyland too. But anyway, thanks for watching.